Welcome to www.learnquickbooksfree.com. Hello and welcome to another one. I am really excited to be here today, as today we are launching our first video from our Accounting 101 section. This is a new section that we're going to be talking about more areas of accounting in QuickBooks and how they all tie in. I've already gotten good responses on our original videos on how to use QuickBooks, so I decided to go ahead and do some more videos for you guys. For the first section, I will be covering the differences between assets and expenses, when to use one or the other. Now, as you can see, I'm under Chart of Accounts, and over here I went ahead and set up under Assets, I went ahead and set up Equipment. And under Equipment, I went ahead and set up subcategories. So this is the first little thing I wanted to show you, was how to group things together. Now, you don't have to do this, but I like to group things together. As you will notice, I did the same thing down here for computers. I put hardware, maintenance, and software as subcategories. And did the same thing for travel. I divided by airfare, lodging, meals, transportation. So once again, you don't have to do this, but this is something that I like to do. It keeps it a little bit more organized. Now, the first thing I'd like to explain to you is the difference between why you'd want to throw something into an asset versus expense, or vice versa. Now, one good reason why you'd want to put something into an asset is that it builds equity into your company. Whereas when you expense it, it's actually going to affect the profit and loss, and it's actually going to show that you lost money on something, where if you put it into an asset, it's actually showing that the company has something of value, and it does not affect your profit and loss. Now, one other factor to take in mind is taxes. Especially if you're a startup business and you haven't had much income yet, you definitely want to go ahead and put whatever you can under assets. So that way, you don't have to use expense money this year, save it for next year, and then that way you're maximizing what you have to spend on taxes one year versus another. So now, for an example, if you were to buy a video camera for $100, you would most likely expense that. Typically, the amount of what separates an asset between an expense is about $500. So, if you were to go ahead and buy a video camera for $500, you'd want to throw that into an asset. Whereas, if you spent $500 on marketing, you definitely have to throw that under expense. Now, why is that? Marketing is not something that has a future value. You spent it, you used it, and that's pretty much where it's at. There is no resale value, there is no asset. And that pretty much concludes the first section for Accounting 101, where we covered assets versus expenses. If you have a specific question scenario that you would like answered, simply go to our website, to our forum section, and in there you can go to the appropriate section, sign up, go to the appropriate section, ask a question, and one of us will be more than happy to answer it for you. We like to help here at Mega Niche University.